What's happening, everybody? My name is Mr. Info 5000, and today we're going to talk about Senator Diane Feinstein. Feinstein, whatever way you want to put it. I really don't know what way she pronounced it, but passed away at the age of 90. First of all, rest in peace, because regardless of your political affiliations or this, that, and the other, obviously this woman, I would venture to say that she was a pillar in her family. I probably don't agree with 99% of what she stood for politically, but at the end of the day, this is a woman. She had children, she had grandchildren, she had family. Pay respects. That's the bottom line. Just pay respects. And she was able to work until she was 90 years old. If you choose to do that, you'd be so lucky, because I'm ready to retire right now. But I still want to do something. So, yeah, rest in peace to her. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to watch ABL, Anthony Brian Logan, and we're going to react to his take on the Senator. Diane Feinstein passed away at 90. Rest in peace to her. Condolences to her family once again, because I don't care what the politics are. That's worldly things. At the end of the day, we have to appreciate, especially older people, older than myself. I'm an older person, but older than myself, we need to talk to them. We need to ask them questions. We need to pick their brain and see, how did you live to be 90? That can be a simple question. How did you live to be 90? So let's watch the video.
To anyone that voted for her over the past 10 to 15 years, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about a senator from California, Diane Feinstein, passing away at age 90. Now, before I go any further, may she rest in peace and prayers out to her family. However, Diane Feinstein has been in decline for a very long time. She should have not been in office at all. There is no excuse for her to be there, and she just voted like last night. There was a video of her that went viral where her aides were telling her, just go ahead and vote yay. Like, don't even give no speech, nothing like that. Just vote, and let's have that be that.
It funds priorities submitted.
Yeah, just say aye.
Okay, just
Great,
aye.
Thank you.
When I saw...
Okay, we see what that's doing right there. I'm not with Democrats whatsoever, but it does show something of importance. It shows that if you have family, if you build a network which starts with family, they got your back. Just imagine if Diane Feinstein was some type of independent woman and she didn't have no family and she didn't have no network and this, that, and the other. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, it starts with family. That's why she was able to work. She basically worked to the day she died. And that's because, you know why? She has something to live for. And that was her family. Even though at the end, the aides were doing this, but I guarantee you it was the aides that were talking to her were the aides that her family approved of, because her family knew she was in a compromised state. Family is the key to this.
All that, I was like, you know what? This is crazy. She's not really here. It's only a matter of days until she dies, and here we are. Here we are. Now, remember this picture that I showed you at the very beginning of the video? This was her after a medical episode. I forgot exactly what happened. I don't know if she fell. I forgot what it was. You guys let me know what happened before this picture in the comments. But they literally were wheeling her back into Washington, D.C. to go be a senator still. It's like, do you not see her condition right here? Term limits at a certain point has got to be a real thing. And if not term limits, at least medical limits. She's not going to pass any kind of physical. Well, she wouldn't have before she passed away. There's no way she should have been in office. Okay? I think we all knew that she was going to pass away in a very short period of time at age 90 in poor health. And now here we are. Here we are. Now, there's a lot I want to get into because Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, has, he has some work to do to appoint someone in her place. And he's already kind of signaled who or what kind of person, if you catch my drift, that he's going to replace Ms. Feinstein with. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and check out a news clip. If you want to see the clip and all the articles and whatnot, of course, everything will always be in the description box. If you're on IG, visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
We have breaking news. Democratic Senator Diane Feinstein of California has passed away. She was the oldest sitting member of Congress, serving 30 years in the United States Senate.
And by the way, there are quite a few other very old senators, congressmen, etc. Our president is very old. At a certain point, it's like, all right, I understand you want people to have experience and all this and that and the third, but if you're about to be 100 years old and you're in poor health, can you not? I mean, come on, let's keep on going.
Feinstein is held by many for her historic firsts. She was the first woman to chair the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence and later the first woman to serve as a top Democrat on the Senate Judiciary Committee. She was the first woman president of the San Francisco Board of Supervisors, the first woman mayor of San Francisco, and the first woman elected senator of California.
And you know who else is very old in California, in San Fran? Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi, I think, is right around Diane Feinstein's age. I believe she's 86 or so years old. And if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below. And fun fact, Nancy Pelosi is Gavin Newsom's aunt. So that makes him her nephew. But anyway, I digress.
Hold on. I did not know Nancy Pelosi was Gavin Newsom's aunt. Wow.
Nancy Pelosi was, I believe, an adult and attended JFK's inauguration. If I can find that picture, I will link to it in the box. You guys can find it. Maybe I'll put it on the screen. She was at JFK's inauguration.
Wow.
And Nancy Pelosi is younger than Diane Feinstein.
Her major legislative record includes the federal assault weapon ban, which she championed in 1994, and her 5-year review of the CIA's detention and interrogation programs.
Oh, a gun grabber? Yay. Okay. Fantastic accomplishment.
Senator Feinstein was recently hospitalized after she fell in her home last month. Her aides described the incident as a minor slip. As of now, no reports on how the senator died.
So
he said her aides described it as a minor slip. There's no minor slip for a 90-year-old person.
She is 90 years old, fell in her home last month, and now she's gone. We can't just put two and two together. Maybe her age, and then for her to be that old and to fall and to get hospitalized, maybe that contributed to her passing away.
Of course
maybe
it
all
did.
those factors brought, kind of weighed in.
Senator Diane Feinstein was 90 years old, confirmed by NBC and also, as you said, local outlets in San Francisco.
Okay, so there you have it. That's the news brief. But check it out. Your main man, Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, Nancy Pelosi's nephew, he has some work to do here. He needs to replace Diane Feinstein with an appointment. And I think the way it works, and if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments, the way it works is Gavin Newsom will be able to appoint her replacement. Then there's going to be a special election or something like that to actually put someone in there that the people vote for, rather than just an appointment from the governor. So he's previously said that he's going to select a black woman to go in her space, because Diane Feinstein obviously has been in decline for a very long time. So the question about, hey, if she's not able to continue, if she dies in office, who are you going to replace her with? This reminds me of the whole Joe Biden thing when he was asked during his presidency, his campaign in 2020, hey, who's going to be your VP pick? Are you going to pick a black woman? That was a thing that he had to promise to do. And then he said,
why would you do it solely based on race? This should it be on meritocracy? The things that you have accomplished, your resume. Have we ever heard of that word? Resume? Let's not do it purely based on race, but he said this exact thing in the past, and Gavin Newsom in particular, the governor of California, he's actually already had some people that he had in mind, and I'm sure he's already interviewed these people. His prayer, like, look, she's 89, she's 90, 88, whatever the case may be. Whenever he started the process, he was already like, look, be ready. I've already interviewed you. Soon as she's gone, whether she passes on or whether she resigns, because there was cause for her to resign because of her physical and mental state. Gavin Newsom already had people in mind, but I don't know why you do it just based on race and gender. That's just why are they doing these type of things? I know why they're doing these type of things, but don't do these type of things. Because I know he wanted to appoint, if he would appoint a heterosexual white man to that position, his chances for presidency, Gavin Newsom that is, his chances for presidency will be thrown out the window. And we know he's going to run for president really, really soon. If it's not, so Diane Feinstein is gone. If something happens to the current president, Gavin Newsom might be thrust into that position. Never mind Kamala. And if that don't happen, he definitely running in 2028, without a doubt.
Elected Kamala Harris, who's Black-ish, I suppose. You know, she's kind of multiracial, like Vin Diesel or something like that. You could be put in any kind of role and succeed as a so-called person of color, and not necessarily just a black person. But I'm getting too far off the trail, so I digress. Let's look at the headline here. This is on Daily Mail. All eyes on Gavin Newsom on who will replace Diane Feinstein. California governor faces a tough decision to quickly choose new senator and has already vowed to pick a black woman. So some of the subheads: Feinstein died at 90 after a series of health problems. Newsom said previously he has multiple names in mind. He told MSNBC he would name a black woman to the seat. Now, here's what could happen. You have
that's some idolatry. Black folks see a black person and they see of what they perceive power, and they automatically think they have power. Not good.
Possibly an outgoing president in Joe Biden. Also, Nancy Pelosi, many others have not said with confidence that Kamala Harris will be the VP pick, or they've not said that she's a good VP pick. So here's what could happen. Kamala Harris could say, you know, I'm called to go back to California to replace Ms. Feinstein, because remember, wasn't Kamala Harris a senator from California before she became the vice president? She was an attorney general and then a senator, right?
Oh, yeah.
So she could go back to being a senator in California, either through appointment by Newsom, which it might not happen with Newsom because she's still currently the vice president. So she wouldn't leave the vice presidency to become a senator right now, but she could become a senator after her time as VP is over with. And in the meantime, they may appoint just some random person. We're going to see how that whole thing goes. All right. So he has already been direct, speaking about Gavin Newsom, about who he will designate, a black woman. Vice President Kamala Harris is one of just 2 black women to serve in the Senate during its history. And Newsom said flat out, in the event of a vacancy, he would name another one. I have multiple names in mind. We have multiple names in mind. And the answer is yes. He told MSNBC host Joy Reid in March when asked if he would nominate a black woman. Now, the question is, who would they pick? There are multiple black women in California politics to choose from. One of them, Barbara Lee, is already running for that seat, complicating matters. Others include LA Mayor Karen Bass, another former member of Congress. She was elected to the post only last year. So that might happen. Let's see. Secretary of State Shirley Weber, LA County.
So that's going to be it for this video. If you want to see the entire video, I'm not going to play it here. Go to Anthony B. Logan on YouTube, or you can go to his website, and all of those good things are there.